Well, friends, indeed, it is a pleasure to really be in anchoring and coordinating this event. I'm Rattan Sharma, and I will be with you for this hour. To begin with, it's good evening to everybody formally, and I extend a very hearty and warm welcome to every one of you present here. I'm sure more will
हाँ
be
ज़्यादा
joining.
होगा
I must initially mention that this is being jointly hosted by Association of Indian Management Schools
हाँ
and also by the Bhavan Center for Communication and Management,
उसके
Bhubaneswar. President
मेरा
is Sujata
मेरा
Mangaraj. I think
हम
she,
ये
in
लेके
fact, has asked me
लेके
to
जाओ ना
be a part of this and therefore coordinating this event. Once again, on behalf of both the Institute Bhavan Center for Communication and Management and AIMS and my own personal behalf, I extend a very hearty and warm welcome to this very important
उसको
session, Management Concepts from the Ramayana. We have got very senior people like Professor M.R. Rao, we got Mr. Prasad Rao, and many others, in fact, deans and directors, faculty, and also those present here. There are senior people, those who are present. I'm sure you will enjoy being a part of it. I must mention that Mr. Lakshmi Narayan Panigrahi is the head of the Vivekananda Kendra Center. Kendra from Bhubaneswar, in fact, helped us really to organize this part also. We are, to begin with, we extend a welcome to him. I'm sure he is here. And I think he has really made a lot of
नमस्कार
contribution. Sir, you are here, Mr. Panigrahi. I think he was instrumental to have our the chief guest, the speaker of today. I should say a few things about AIMS.
रतन शर्मा जी नमस्कार
Namaskar, sir. Namaskar. Namaskar, sir. Sir, namaskar.
वेंकटेश्वरलु जी नमस्कारम नमस्ते
Venkateshwar is around, so I think I mentioned a few things about AIMS. Those of you who are joining for the first time, AIMS is an association of around 800 business schools in the country. They are all
रवि
business schools, management
इसमें
institutions.
आवाज नहीं आ रही
Sir, is the voice all right?
ये नहीं आ कहाँ कहाँ
Sir, is it all right?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
So this is association of 800 business schools and very active, in fact, in the policy making and the advocacy for the management education all over India. They have been organizing a lot of webinars during this pandemic period. In fact, this has been the 73rd probably webinar which has been organized. And we have been very active as an association to really spread the message about the management education. And most of this time, our senior people, including the deans and directors and faculty and students, they have been joining in such seminars. Bhavan's Center for Communication Management, Bhubaneswar, whose head happens to be Sujata Mangaraj, who is the president currently of the Management Association of Indian Management Schools. In fact, she is also very active, and she is taking a lot of help from the Vivekananda Center or Kendra of Bhubaneswar, and a lot of programs they are doing it. So from that point of view, I think it has been a very wonderful, in fact, situation that we have got at this session today. The context is very clear. In fact, we have been talking a lot about Gita, Mahabharata, and other early scriptures, and we are trying to draw lessons and try really to see as to what we can learn from them. About Ramayana, not much really we have been doing it in this field. So Sujata Mangaraj, in fact, thought properly that we should try really to have the management concepts also drawn from Ramayana too. So that way this session has been organized. And interesting part is that we got one of the very important speaker of this, who is an authority in this field, particularly when he draws the concepts and the teachings from Ramayana, Gita, and Mahabharata. And we have got Mananiya H. Hanumanta Raoji, which is present today, and he will be really sharing his thoughts relating to the management concepts from Ramayana. Let me briefly mention something about He is an All India Vice President of Vivekananda Rock Memorial and Vivekananda Kendra. He is he is very active, in fact, in the field, in this field, impelled by his inherent national and spiritual urge. He joined Kendra as a whole-time worker, as is called Vivekananda Kendra, in 1982, soon after completing his studies. He's basically from Hyderabad. So I think some of you may be very comfortable in terms of talking Telugu. Soon after training, he was posted to Vivekanandapuram at Kanyakumari, and he was in charge of the life workers training, and was also in charge of the yoga camps held or organized in Vivekanandapuram, Kanyakumari. He was then looking after the activities of Kendra as zonal in charge of all four southern states, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Karnataka. He was also VK Yogas at Bangalore, where he did in-depth study of Yoga Shastra, especially the Ashtanga Yoga, and is the master of philosophy of yoga and practical aspects relating to it. He became secretary of Vivekananda Kendra Prakashan Trust at Chennai, then became secretary of Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya in Andaman Islands. In 2009, he became the administrative secretary at Vivekanandapuram, Kanyakumari, and from 2010 to September 2020, he was the All India Treasurer of Vivekananda Rock Memorial and Vivekananda Kendra. Presently, he is the All India Vice President of the Kendra. He is a voracious reader of literature relating to Ramayana, Gita, Sri Ramakrishna, Sadama, Swami Vivekananda, Sri Aurobindo, and Sri Shankaracharya. He is an excellent yoga teacher and a speaker, often punctuated with quotations from various scriptures. I think we could not have got a better person than him. He's an authority in the field of in the structure that we got, the scriptures that we are having it here. So before I invite, I just mentioned, and I of course briefly talked about the Ramayana, which I will not be taking much time. Simply put these things in context. We have been really talking a lot about from Gita, lessons to be drawn, as I said, from Mahabharata and other Indian scriptures, but Ramayana was not really getting that much of attention. So as an AIMS and center, Bhavan Center for Communication Management, Bhubaneswar, they thought it proper that we should try really to organize this part from the Ramayana. Now, most of you us are aware of the whole story about the Ramayana from Ram, Sita, Lakshman, and all other characters which are there. Now, there are so many lessons to be drawn, so many things really to be learned from that. And also we have to see as to how various concepts of management being applied throughout, in fact, in the whole process. Now, this we can relate, which some of you must be all aware, those who are students of management from the Peter Drucker and other those writers in the management which are really in this field as to how some of the concepts have been really done. So I will only say, because I have read only Ramcharitmanas, I have not, in fact, read much about the Valmiki Ramayana. I can only quote that whenever a person writes an authority, he writes only in the field that he has got a passion of something to talk about. If he has got a passion, then only probably he can do a justice. And I'm talking about the Tulsidas Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas, where he is quoting Nana Purana Nigmagam Sammatam Yad Ramayane Nigditam Kinchidanye To Api Swante Sukhaye Tulasi Raghunath Gatha Bhasha Nibandh Mati Manjal Matnoti. अपना पैशन है, अपने स्वांत सुखाय के लिए हम लोग कर रहे होते हैं, नॉलेज के लिए पैशन है हमारा, एंड दैट इज व्हाट वी फील इट एज एन एम्स and our body, that we are really trying to understand the various concepts from the Ramayana itself. And since it is a scripture which has been really being talked about, discussed, debated, and I think being learned by people, the very simple is that this has also been seen from different perspective. It is not merely a spiritual scripture to be read. As I said, and I remember, I am of this opinion, Hari Ananta Hari Katha Ananta Kahain Sunai Bahu Vid Sab Santa. Same thing being looked at by different perspective by different people. And therefore, Ramayana is also being looked at by people in a different way with a different perspective. we are a management student. We really try to understand what are the management concepts which has been drawn really from this Ramayana. And that's why we invite, in fact, Shri Hanumanta Ravji, who is an authority, in fact, in the field of management. I would not be taking much time, but a different perspective from this point of view. Sir, Hanumanta Ravji, over to you, sir. Hanumanta Ravji. Maybe some initial hiccup in terms of the connectivity. Meanwhile, I request you, if you have any question to ask, we may take those questions, maybe some in between, if there is a relevant when we are talking about it, or maybe in the last end, some 10 to 15 minutes. Sir, will it be okay? Sir, Hanuman Raoji, will it be all right? Questions we take later on, as per your...
Yeah, fine, it's okay.
Right, sir. Sir, over to you as to how we are eagerly, and everybody is eagerly waiting for you to have your views on the management concepts from Ramayana. Sir, over to you.
Thank you. So it's a pleasure to be all of you today. It's a nice occasion. And we are here to unravel, understand the intricate methodologies the Ramayana gives us. Just now, as Rattanji has presented, the topic was very relevant today, as it was beautifully said that managerial concepts in the Ramayana. Whenever we talk of the managerial concepts in India, even abroad, we always concerned with the foreign authors. In all the management schools, in all the colleges, universities, management classes, management seminars, management webinars, wherever we listen people talking about the management methods, management techniques adopted by and in vogue, driven by the Westerners. But India has such a long history and which has such a rich heritage, rich literature, such a wonderful text which we have. There is an unparalleled, uncomparable, yes, a wonderful, excellent methods have been given. When we say methods, we should always remember that what was going on as a system, as a tradition, as a method, there must have been a system already. This is a very important dimension, we should look into it. When the king of Ayodhya, Dasharatha, was ruling such a huge kingdom, and where Sugriva was ruling such a vast kingdom, where Ravana himself was ruling a big kingdom. Because in the Ramayana, we find three kingdoms. The kingdom of Ayodhya belongs to the Dasharatha kingdom. The kingdom of Sugriva, the Kishkindha. Though Kishkindha is the capital of Sugriva, but he was the king of the entire Vanaras. Then the king of Lanka. Though Lanka was the capital, kingdom of the Ravana, he was ruling the entire Asuras in the world. All that is bad, all that is Rakshasa, all that is adharmic forces, he is the kingpin and he is the ruler of that. It is Ravana who is the mastermind behind all that is bad happening in the world. If we remove Ravana as a personality, and if we take Ravana as a character, as a quality, Ramanatvam, Ramanaism. That Ramanaism, Ramana character, a quality called as Ramana, that is very dangerous in the world. A inhuman quality, a quality which is against the morals and ethics of the normal human society, a quality which is challenging a progressive qualitative development of the human race. And for that, Ravana is the leader. And we find the kingdom of Ayodhya is something wonderful kingdom, where it is a kingdom of the human beings, for which we are all belong to that. And this kingdom has been wonderfully described. The Ayodhya was excellently, brilliantly presented in the first canto, the first kanda, and that is the Balakanda of the Ayodhya. The city of the Ayodhya, the citizens of the Ayodhya are described by Valmiki. I will be sticking myself to the Valmiki Ramayana. So all my examples, facts are based on the Valmiki Ramayana, because that is the original. The city and the citizens of the Ayodhya have been described by Valmiki in the Balakanda, in which he describes that there are no thieves, there are no liars, there are no cheaters, there are no people who are unlawful, there are no citizens who are jealous of others. There are all citizens respect the king. All citizens of the Ayodhya are Nyayabadha. They are all lawful citizens. When we use the word lawful, the laws made by the king are implemented, and the laws of the land are followed by them. When the laws of the land followed by them, that means the king is an expert manager, the king is a master leader, the king commands respect from the citizens of his people. This is one of the important dimension of the concepts of the managerial. A leader, a manager, it commands respect. How does he command respect? That are all the managerial qualities expressed. And this is where the Ramayana goes in depth into the dimension. When we talk of the Ramayana, we should always remember Valmiki. Permit me to pay a homage and pray and remember the great Valmiki himself. And talking about the Ramayana, Maharshi Valmiki describes the Ramayana itself as a beautiful shloka is there. Kujantam Ramarameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kotilam, it is said. Kujantam Ramarameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kotilam. Of all the branches of the literature, in the huge tree of the literature of the Ramayana, on the top of that, Aruhya Kavita Shakham, there was a quail. That cuckoo is constantly repeating the word Rama, Rama, and that is the Valmiki. And when we talk of the managerial concepts in the Ramayana, first I shall touch one of the important dimensions of the concept. One is the concept of decision making, an important managerial quality. how decisions are taken, how it is to be taken. All the management schools, management sessions, this is one important dimension. Decision making, how a decision should be taken, how it was taken in the Ramayana. I will give a few instances. The decision taken by the Dasharatha to conduct the yajna, the Ashwametha yajna, to have his sons. You know what he did? First, he set a goal. Please try to follow the managerial concepts in it. He first set a goal. The goal of Dasharatha is to get a progeny, to get his children. For that, setting a goal to get that task of having a progeny, what Dasharatha did is, he surveyed entire kingdom, consulted all the topmost people, to use in the modern brains, modern terminology. He consulted the brains in the society. He consulted the best in the society. He consulted the cream of the society. How to achieve this target? How to get best children for himself. Then a decision has been taken that so and so person should be brought to Ayodhya and a yaga has to be performed. Then he organized the entire system, planned a particular way to get Rishyashringa Maharshi back into his kingdom. He planned it. He organized his arrival. Then after coming back, he planned and organized in a brilliant and excellent way how the yajna has to be performed. He consults his ministers. You will be surprised. The administrative cabinet of Dasharatha contains 8 ministers, and all the 8 are the gems of it. And he had a meeting with them, a cabinet meeting, gets advice from them, then instructs all his people, in the modern terminology, all his subordinates. And in that meeting, a target has been fixed that we shall perform a yajna to please the devas so that the best progeny will be there to take care of this kingdom after me. And for that, a planning, an organization, and a masterly commands the entire proceedings. How the yajna has to go on. And after all this, he will participate in that yajna. Of course, he has to participate. A participatory leadership. And fixing the responsibilities to each person. Task has been finalized. Responsibilities have been fixed. Monitors have been fixed. For each task to fulfill its end, teams have been made. He makes all that. And as we know, a yajna has to be performed. There are hundreds of small tasks are to be fulfilled. All these hundreds and thousands of minute tasks which are to be performed to its perfection without any slack in their system of perfection. Teams have been formed, responsibilities have been given. See, let us just understand the managerial capacity and the concept of the Dasharatha there. And the whole thing is done. And all of us know, once the yajna is over, he got the children. The purpose of the yajna has been fulfilled. The goal of the task, the goal of the work, the goal of the mission, the goal of the work, the goal of the task has been fulfilled. So to fulfill the task, to fulfill the goal, what are all the things have to be done? What are all the systems have to be established? what are all the systems have to be followed, and these systems and the tasks, breaking them into the minute dimensions. All these things are part of the managerial techniques. And Dasharatha does it wonderfully. Valmiki describes very, very detailed in the Balakanda. Very detailed it is. And at the end, task and the goal is achieved. This is one way of decision making, implementing the decision, participating in the implementation of the decision, being a leader into that, and finally monitoring whether decisions have been carried out properly or not. And every time getting back the feedback from each of the cabinet minister, from each of the team members, from each of the team leaders, at the same time participating in the process. What should have been the capacity of Dasharatha? That's why he's a Dasharatha actually. That's why he's the master king of the Ayodhya. That's why even now we say that if at all there should be a kingdom, it should be like the Ayodhya is. Ayodhya name itself means it cannot be been over. It cannot be defeated. Indefeatable kingdom it is. Ayodhya it is called. And he was the king of that. And then the second portion of the decision making process in the Ramayana, Maharshi Valmiki wonderfully presents when Dasharatha wants to put Sri Rama as the king on the throne. And we should remember, again he calls every entire representatives of the public, representatives of the citizens, of all castes, all creeds, all trades. Please remember, I am actually quoting the facts from the Ramayana. All the members of all the castes, all the representatives of all the trades, all the representatives of all the localities, and all the cream think tanks of the society were called for a meeting. And in that meeting, Dasharatha announces that Rama will become, I'm desirous, I want to put Rama as the king. People hail the decision. People respect the decision. People honor the decision. Please see, what should be a manager should be like that. He announces the decision, and along with that, he takes and he carries the entire team with him. He carries the entire public with him. He carries with him all his team members because he shared his goal, he shares his target, he shares his system mechanics, he shares his methodology with everybody. With sharing of the goal, sharing of the mission, sharing of his task, and explaining to them their role in that. The results of the task, the results of the importance of the goal. Once Rama becomes the king, what will happen? The vision is shared with them. The result is shared with them. The future of Ayodhya is shared with them. A brilliant, wonderful, fantastic goal was presented in front of them. And they appreciated that. Because the goal is appreciable. The target is appreciable. And the target and the goal is not simple. It is something which is very high goal, a nobling goal, a noble task. And they felt that they are going to be part into it. And they appreciated their king, they loved their king, they dedicated to their king, they surrendered to their king because they find that the king is somebody who is a part of them. The king is amongst themselves. The team leader is not a commander-in-chief. The team leader is a part of the team. All our team leaders, we should remember. All the managers must remember this. It is not that we are managing so that we don't damage. We are managing so that we are doing some damage controlling. There should not be any necessity for any damage or damage controlling. Manager means targets are achieved as per the system, and the target and the system has been explained, presented to all the beneficiaries, and the beneficiaries are made part of the system. Beneficiaries are made participants in the system. They are not just consumers of the result, goal, and the task. They are the contributors to the system. It is not only the manager who contributes, beneficiaries also are the part and parcel of the contributors in the system and the goal of the fixed by the team leader. What a wonderful system the Dasharatha has done. And once he has announced it, that Rama is going to be the king, naturally, the target was so beautiful, so wonderful, so grand, so great. The people have loved it. Oh, and their expectations have been fulfilled. And by the time Rama's announcement has done, of course, I have not touched what happened before, the managerial concepts which took place before that. Rama's marriage was done. And then how the Rama's marriage was done. You see, just a few minutes I will take little bit a deviation from that. Rama's personality has been chiseled by, Rama's personality has been developed by, Rama's personality has been characterized by, Rama has been brilliantly built up by two great personalities of Indian history. One is the great Vishwamitra and the Vasistha. And Vishwamitra and the Vasistha are not only masters who chiseled Rama's personality, who made Rama's personality, who made Rama as a master, Sri Ramachandra, Sri Rama. And that these two personalities are part and parcel of the Ramayana. This is very important. Manager is a part and parcel of the system. There is an extra responsibility on him. He should see the system is running, being a participatory leader into it, and inspiring all the beneficiaries, all the contributors, all the participants along with them. This is what Vasishtha did. This is what Vishwamitra did. This is what Dasharatha has done. And we know that when public have been announced it, citizens have accepted. Now let us see the chastity and the quality of Rama himself. You know what happened? Dasharatha calls Rama into the assembly and announces, Rama, you will be the king, prince of this Ayodhya. And entire citizens have been accepted into it. What a wonderful, a young man of Rama's age, say around 28 or 29 years, it is Sri Rama's age. I have left 29 years of Rama's life. At that time, 28 years or 29 years of Rama, young, dynamic personality, a powerful personality who was well read, well thought, already has mastered entire warfare, gained the master of the entire secrets of warfare, Bala and Atibala, or it is called, the secrets of launching the missiles from the Vishwamitra himself. By the age of 28, when I am talking, when the Dasharatha announced it, Rama is not a small child, small baby. A 29 years young, dynamic prince of Ayodhya, and almost 12, 13 years lived with Sita. A very happy family life was held. And that Ramachandra was called by Dasharatha, and he announces and declares, informs Rama that you are going to be the king. Please remember how grand, how great, how Rama would have been happy. Naturally, he is filled with joy. Anybody will be happy that he is going to sit on the throne in which his father is sitting from so many years. He is going to be the ruler of the entire kingdom of Ayodhya. That happiness was there. And he goes back to his palace with Sita Maya. But we know, I don't touch the other dimensions. Though Dasharatha has a father, such a great man, such a grand man, such a wonderful kingdom, permit me to that. He has a particular partiality towards his smallest wife, Kaikeyi. The forum doesn't allow us to use the word. He's a slightly more liking, more passionate, more love, more partial, more passionate, if not his weakness. His youngest wife, Kaikeyi, and that was the weakest moment of his life. And there Kaikeyi worked on him, made him to bind, made him to respect his own given words. She extracts the two votes from him. And in the Ayodhya Kanda, Valmiki describes in detail, I tell you, in detail means from the evening to the next day morning. That means almost about 11 to 12 hours is the gap. The entire night, Dasharatha has not slept. In that whole night, Dasharatha has suffered the discussions between Kaikeyi and Dasharatha. And finally, when Dasharatha calls Rama to come back on the next day morning, he announces to Rama that you have to go to the forest for 14 years. Now see the stature of the Rama. What is the quality of Rama? The personality of Rama, the characteristics of Rama. Valmiki writes, there was not a line of grief on the face of Rama. That is the greatness of Rama. He has taken the command from his father with equanimity, calmness, serenity, same balanced mind as he has taken previous evening, just 12 hours before. What his father told him that you are going to the king. 12 hours before, he heard a news that he is going to be the king. And after 12 hours, he has to go back to the forest. Two opposite newses, two opposite commands from the Dasharatha, from his own father. And Rama has not perturbed. Please remember, this is one of the important quality of the managerial concept it is. When ups and downs comes, when win, loss comes, when profit and loss comes, when gains and losses comes, when the targets are achieved or not achieved, when a good and bad news is heard, there is no perturbed. That is the quality, personal character of Sri Rama. Should be the personal integrity of a manager, should be the personal quality of a leader, should be the personal quality of a team leader, I tell you. And Rama has taken it wonderfully to him. And you will be surprised, all of us will be surprised. Lakshmana says that I shall fight, put Dasharatha behind the bar, and make Rama, you are the right person to become the king. Give me permission. Do you know what Rama says? What? Lakshmana, 12 years, 12 hours back, he's our own father. When he informed me to be the king, we were all so happy. And when he is commanding us to go to the forest for 14 years, the same father whom we revered, same father whom we honored, same father whom we have respected, same father whom we every day paid our respects to him, just because he changed his decision, does he become an enemy to us? Shall you fight with him? I'm just telling him, I'm just presenting to you the qualities of the leadership qualities in Rama, unperturbing quality it is. I don't think any one of us will be able to withstand such a crushing decision in our heads. A small change in the decision from somebody, we feel shocked. And such a shocking decision, a personal blow to Rama, a personal blow to Rama's stature, Rama has not shared that decision with anybody else. Which decision should be shared with him? With whom? Which emotion should be shared with whom? That is the dignity maintained by Sri Ramachandra. That is the quality of a team leader. That is the quality of a leadership. That should be the quality of a manager. If something is to be a shocking news, a shocking decision, even if it is a personally, even it is responsible to the entire team, entire kingdom of Ayodhya, and he is responsible for that. Rama has taken it as a magnanimity, taken it as a dignified manner. He did not cry. He was never angry. He was never depressed. He has never lost his mind, never lost his mood, never lost his balance. With all his maintaining with his balance, equanimity, Rama quietly, silently, with fulfilling all the conditions put by the Kaikeyi, along with his wife, that is Sita Maya, and his own brother Lakshmana, walks away from the Ayodhya. See what a leader should do. If he has to leave that which belongs to him, if there is a situation which demands for him to leave his personal comforts, to give up his personal belongings, to give up his personal respect, for the sake of the higher goal, for the sake of the higher target, he has given it up. I always say, Rama leaving Ayodhya, even at the cost of his personal comforts and personal as a prince and a king, he chose and accepted the forest life. It's not easy. 14 years living in a forest without padukas, without any footwear, not even with a footwear. And the condition was he should not enter any city at all, any town at all. Forest living, Aranyavasam it is. And true to the word, for all the 14 years, Rama never entered any, not even a village he has not entered. He was always in the forest. And the condition put by the Kaikeyi, approved by his father that he should wear the clothes worn by the Munis. He wore that. Means, once a word is given, a leader, a manager should stick to that. Come what may, it is not to be changed. Once a word has been given, it is not to be changed. By not changing the word, but sticking to the word, yes, he commands respect. A leader commands respect. A leader gets respect. People honor a person. Team people, team members, group members, followers, citizens respect their leader, respect their team leader, respect their leader, respect their manager. Why? Because the manager and the leader respects the word which he has given. Because the manager and the leader respects the word which he has given to his team members respect him. He commands, he demands respect. Rama did that. It's a very wonderful quality presented by Valmiki. Characteristic of the managerial concept in the modern terminology. And then we see that there is another beautiful incident comes in the Aranyakanda. That one day, Rama, Lakshmana and Sita were sitting quietly, and suddenly there was a huge sound of thousands of soldiers sound of soldiers, sound of the horses and all that. Rama tells Lakshmana, dear my brother, Lakshmana, please see, some sound is coming. Something like a huge army is coming. See, what is it? Please go up, climb up and see. And there's a huge big tree was there. And Lakshmana climbs the tree. Please remember, Lakshmana can climb trees. Lakshmana has a capacity to build houses. And Rama and Lakshmana prepared a boat to cross Yamuna. Beautifully, it comes in the Ramayana. And then Lakshmana climbs the tree. From the top of the tree, he shouts to Rama, who is down. See the Lakshmana's mentality. He says, Rama, brother, Agraja, be prepared. Take up your dhanus, take up your arrows. And take up your bow and arrow. Be prepared for the war. Why? Because Bharata is coming to defeat us. Bharata is declaring a war on us. And then the entire army is coming to defeat us, to kill us, for a war on us. Be prepared. Keep Sita in a protective place. Let us be prepared. You know what Rama said? Very cool, very quiet, this is Rama's cool-headedness, Rama's composure, Rama's quietness. With all his silent and quietness, Rama tells Lakshmana very beautifully, Lakshmana, what? You are doubting Bharata, our own brother? Do you feel Bharata comes, declares war on us? And in fact, if you want to become the prince of Ayodhya, I will ask Bharata to give the kingdom to you. Lakshmana becomes small, comes down, folds his hands, puts his head down, bows down to Rama. See the Rama's stature. Rama never doubted his own brothers. Means his own people, he never doubted their commitment. It's a very important dimension and quality of a leader, team leader and a manager. Not doubt the intentions of the team members. Why should not be doubted? Because those team members have been chosen as a team members. Those team members have been inspired by the team leader, whose stature and the quality is beyond doubt. They have surrendered to him. They have accepted to him. Once they have accepted to him, the team leader and the manager should not doubt their intentions. This is the lesson we have to learn as a concept of the managerial concept from the Ramayana, from the quality and the leadership of the Rama. This is what he has done that. And then when the Bharata comes there, this is very important for all of us. Actually, I request, taking this as a forum, as I was told, there are some 800 management institutions under this umbrella organization. The discussion between Rama and Bharata in the Aranyakanda is one of the classical administrative manual, I tell you. An administrative manual, is a managerial, is a Shastra and management book. Every shloka, every word is a brilliant discussion between them. And Rama in the form of asking questions to Bharata about the taxes, about the recruitment of the people into the different posts, about how to be chosen them, what should be the interview methods, what should be the preferences, who should be chosen, who should be posted, who should be promoted, who should be put at what level. All such administrative structure, all such administrative methods, all such administrative systems, and even talking about the taxations, how taxes should be collected, how taxes should be imposed, which tax should be imposed, how much on what, seasonal taxes, monthly taxes, taxes based on their traditions, taxes based on their qualities, taxes based on their abilities, taxes based on their profits, taxes based on their income tax. All such details has been discussed by Rama in the form of asking Bharata. Valmiki presents this beautiful discussion into it. Then we shall go still further, as the time is running out. When we talk of the Ramayana, we cannot forget about the fantastic, the greatest personality in the Ramayana. Apart from Rama, another great personality is the Hanuman himself, who comes at the end of the Kishkindha Kanda. In the form of the Kishkindha Kanda, the Hanuman has been introduced. Rama has a very strategic friendships. This is another leadership quality. Strategic friendships. Permit me to use this particular word, which we should not use if we take Ramayana as Ramayana itself, but we are viewing it as a management text. We can use this word. A strategic friendship was made by Rama. One strategic friendship was made by him along with Guha, a very tribal king. And Rama was the king of the human beings. Raja, Maharaja, Chakravarti, Chhatrapati. And he made a friendship with Guha. And here in the Kishkindha Kanda, Rama makes a friendship with Sugriva. And in this friendship, there's another difference. Rama and Guha makes the friendship between Rama and Guha. Rama never tested Guha. He did not test Guha, he trusted Guha. There is a difference between testing and trusting. Making a friend after testing. Without making a friend, testing, making a friend out of a trust. This is a difference. Why means, when Sugriva made Rama as his friend, when Sugriva accepted Rama as a friend, he tests Rama's prowess. He tests Rama's strength, Rama's power of archery. He tests this. There are examples in that. There is a Dundubhi example. And Sugriva asks Rama to break with an arrow 7 series of palm trees, and Rama cuts the 7 series of palm trees in one arrow. Then only Sugriva gets confidence in Rama, because Sugriva knows what was the strength of Vali, his friend. Though Sugriva also separated from his wife, Rama also separated from his wife. Though both of them are in search of their wives, they got a friendship. But Sugriva tested Rama's strength. Rama did not tested Sugriva's strength. That is the character of Rama. That is the dignity of Rama. That is the honor of Rama. By trusting Sugriva, Rama gets, this is another beautiful. How did Rama and Sugriva got into friendship? It is the role played by Hanuman. The greatness of Hanuman, I shall spend some time as a leader, as a manager, as a master personality of the Hanuman. You know Hanuman, how he came to Rama? He comes in a different face up. He comes in front of Rama, and the way Hanuman talks, Hanuman, the representative of Sugriva, Hanuman, the minister of Sugriva, introduces Sugriva to Rama. Hanuman has not seen Rama. Rama has not seen Hanuman. Rama has not seen Sugriva. Please try to follow me. And first time Hanuman is seeing Rama. First time Hanuman is seeing Lakshmana. And Hanuman was deputed by his king Sugriva. And to find out who are these people. And Hanuman comes to Rama and introduces himself and Sugriva. The way Hanuman spoke, the way Hanuman behaved, the way Hanuman presented himself. Please remember, the presentation of Hanuman in his physical form, the behavior, the speech, his gait, his talk, his stature, his bodily language, which is the body language, his physical language, his emotional language, his intellectual makeup, the words he used, the language he used, the literature he used. Rama was pleased. And he tells Lakshmana, Lakshmana, this man is not an ordinary person. Many of us feel Hanuman and Vanaras means monkeys. Please remove that in our minds. Hanuman spoke to Rama, a king. And do you know what happened? This Hanuman became a bridge between two kings. The king of Ayodhya and the Kishkinda king. And the promise of Rama, we know that. And here we come to the wonderful capacity of the Sugriva. And Sugriva, I will skip off many of the dimensions, and calls thousands, lakhs of Vanaras. And Sugriva's ability of managerial, administrative capacities are unparalleled. Valmiki goes into raptures in the Kishkinda Kanda, describing the capacity of Sugriva. Lakhs of people, crores of Vanaras come by the command of Sugriva. And they are all ready to listen what Sugriva says. That's why we have a saying, Sugriva Agnya it is. And the target is fixed in front of everybody, that we have to find out where Sita is. And I shall take some few more minutes in giving a very important incident that took place here. You know, when the Ravana kidnapped, Ravana is a terrorist actually. When Rama was not there, Lakshmana was not there, Sita was alone, this fellow, a terrorist, comes to her, kidnaps, takes away. And this poor Sita Maya cries. And whatever jewels she got, she tears a part of her sari and puts these jewels in that sari, drops it down, seeing some people are down, and that bunch of jewels tied in a sari of Sita, when she dropped it, they were got by Sugriva and Hanuman, who are there on that particular Rishyamukha, and they got it. And when they got it, they opened it. They don't know who is there on the top. When Rama and Lakshmana spoke to Sugriva that we are in search of Sita, and we were told, and we are on this side in search of them, then Sugriva says that, oh, sometime back, there was a person carrying it, then the story was told to him, and we got these jewels. Please see whether this belongs to her. And the jewels along with the sari was brought. Rama remembers the sari of the Sita. Rama remembers the jewels of Sita. And he asks Lakshmana, Lakshmana, see, these are the jewels of Sita. Is it not? He wanted confirmation from Lakshmana. You know what Lakshmana said? The quality of Lakshmana, younger brother of Rama. This younger brother of Rama was telling what was Lakshmana's approach, behavior towards Sita. You know what Lakshmana said? I will quote Valmiki here. Naham janami keyure, naham janami kundale, nupure to abhijanami nityam padavivandana. Because Rama, I could not recognize her kundalas, means earrings. I could not recognize as keyuras, but I can recognize her nupura, because every day I touch her feet. Means Lakshmana has not seen Sita's face. It is a character of unblemished, burning character of Lakshmana it is. Valmiki presents. And yes, once it has been identified as Sita's, it has been decided that Sita has to go. And you know what Sugriva did it? His task is clear. The entire lakhs of Vanaras, he announces that we have to find out Sita. And you know what is the administrative and managerial capacity of Sugriva? He divides the entire Vanaras into 4 groups, 4 teams. Team leaders have been fixed. And east, west, south and north. He asks them to go back, searches everywhere. And Valmiki presents the geographical description, geographical knowledge of the Sugriva in that. Entire Sugriva gives detailed descriptions of the entire geographical boundaries to the entire kingdom. A leader has to do that. Once a target is fixed, once a method has been finalized, what are all the various ups and downs come in that? What are all the difficulties will come into it? What are all the expected obstacles may come into it? What are all the expected challenges will come on the way? All that Sugriva explains to the entire people, group leaders there. This is one of the important dimensions of managerial concepts. All the expected challenges, all the expected future obstacles, Sugriva tells to them. And then when this description is going on, now see the greatness of Rama. He calls Hanuman. A right leader, a best leader, a master manager picks up. He chooses Hanuman and hands over the wedding ring to Hanuman. Tells Hanuman, take this and give it to Sita. Out of so many lakhs of people, Rama identifies the right person, picking up a right person, choosing a right person. Yes, fixing up the responsibility on the right person. Is it not a right, most important managerial concept in the quality of a leadership and a manager? Rama had got it. He chose Hanuman. He gives it to him. And Hanuman got it. He took that ring. We know the whole history. They are on the banks of the sea. And everybody was measuring how much they can jump. Please see another managerial concept. Jambavan inspires Hanuman, inspiring the team members, inspiring the team leaders is an important dimension. Jambavan tells to Hanuman, you are the only person who can do this. You have that capacity. Come up, arise, awake, get up, oh Hanuman. You are the sun, you can do this. You have this quality, you have that quality. In you, there are hidden qualities in you. The hidden qualities, the hidden energies, the hidden powers within Hanuman have been roused up. Means Jambavan makes Hanuman to recognize the hidden qualities within himself. Is it not an important managerial concept and the leadership quality to make their own team leader to understand his own qualities in the time of need and crisis? If a team member feels depressed, if a team member is not able to achieve his goal and target, and is not able to understand how to go about, how to cross the obstacle, how to cross over, how to break the blocks, as a manager, as a right leader, Jambavan breaks it and makes Hanuman understand his own hidden qualities. Then the Valmiki describes how Hanuman takes up entire Sundarakanda comes into it, and Hanuman climbs up beautifully, moves fast and lands it onto the Lanka. And on the way, Hanuman gets lot of challenges, obstacles. And as a lot of obstacles and challenges are going to come to him, and Hanuman, yes, meets those challenges. There are temptations to Hanuman. Please remember, on the way of fulfilling the task, on the way of fulfilling the goal, on the way of fulfilling the mission, there are temptations to Hanuman, but he has not given to his temptations. He conquered those temptations, jumps up into the Lanka. And there in the Lanka, of course, we know the whole story. Hanuman makes himself caught by the Rakshasas. And he goes around the Lanka, every street in Lanka, every lane and by-lane in Lanka, every building in Lanka was seen by Hanuman. The strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats from the Ravana, and the strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities, and the threats within himself. Hanuman surveys the SWOT principle of the Lanka. Hanuman surveys the whole thing. And as we know that Hanuman gauges, measures every inch of Lanka, because he has to go back. And he knows that the future war, this Lanka fellow has to be out. When Hanuman sees Ravana, first time he sees Ravana, he was stunned by the Ravana's capacity. He says that, Aho Rupam, Aho Dutihi, Aho Dhairyam, Aho Sattvam. What a great Ravana, but you have a weakness of the character. Entire Ramayana, a weak character, a loose character is a weakness of a leadership. A loose character, a weak character is a loose for a team manager dimension. I think there are so many aspects I can keep on telling it. As we know, fixing the target, organizing, planning, controlling, commanding, participatory leaderships, so many examples we find in the Ramayana. And in the short session, I try to present in front of all of you, and hopes that you get more interest in the Ramayana. Please study Ramayana as a management text and do research on that, and study it as a wonderful character. Each character as a leader, each character as a management personality, each character as a management guru, I tell you. Read it and make it and produce a wonderful research papers on these things, and let it be known to the world. India is a gift of India to the world in the field of management. I give some time. I hope I have not crossed the limits of time. And if any questions are there that can be raised, I shall allow some questions, please. Thank you.
Yeah, if there is any question, please let us know meanwhile. And sir, it's very interesting, I must say. You mentioned a number of things in that. One thing which comes immediately to my mind is, sir, Ram is said to be very idealistic sort of a situation where we say the Ram Rajya. And we are living in this Kali Yuga, which is the materialistic world and the imperfect world, whatever you may say it. How do you feel whatever the principles he adopted, very Maryada Purushottam and adaptation of that? And how do you feel we can do it as a manager, as a leader? We are not talking about Ramayana as a scripture only. We are holy scripture. We are talking about the managerial concepts, which I think we got it in this 21st century. Though you mentioned a number of them, I'm only referring to the idealistic situation of Ram Rajya. A leader having an idealistic, an organization, working for it, and then really trying to adopt some of those practices. How do you feel it, sir?
Yeah. Even now, there are Ravanas, even now in the modern society. Ravana as a person may not be there, but Ravana's qualities are there. Every street there are Ravanas are there.
Right.
Every seas there are Rakshasas are there. Like Rama organized people and the society to fight against these anti-social element, Ravana. Even now people have to organize themselves against this anti-social, anti-cultural, permit me to say anti-national forces. These anti-cultural, anti-national, anti-social forces are all the symbolic of Ramanas. And Ramas within us, and as an organizations, we should organize within ourselves. The good forces of the society should come together. That is what is needed in this modern society. And I tell you very positively, with full confidence, such people are there even in our society. When there is bad Ravana is there is good Rama also is there. It is there.
Right, sir. Thank you very much. I know we would like to listen more. In fact, it's a very enriching session, but somehow, time-wise also, I think we just try to take care. May I now little summarize? I don't know, it is though very difficult. Ramayana is not merely a holy book that we really talk about, but some of the lessons which you have drawn, they have been wonderful. You started with a very interesting part.
One question is there. I will just question has somebody has put it.
Sure, sir.
Very interesting question come up about Vibhishan.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Vibhishan is Ravana's brother. That is enemy's brother. Sugriva was Vali's brother. When Rama accepted his enemy's brother Vibhishana into his side, all the team leaders in Rama opposed entry of Vibhishana into Rama. You know what Rama did? He asked Hanuman, what do you feel? And Hanuman said, what happened to Hanuman when he was in Lanka? Hanuman tells to Rama. By that, Rama gauges the quality of Vibhishana. It is something very wonderful, I tell you. Rama takes a decision based on the inputs given by the Hanuman against the enemy's brother coming to his fold. And though Vibhishana walked out of his brother's side, but actually Vibhishana walked out of Adharma side. Vibhishana deserted Adharma, Anyaya. Vibhishana deserted the forces of anti-social, anti-national, anti-cultural forces. He came to the positive side. We should accept it. We should. So Rama accepted Vibhishana. And accepting Vibhishana is weakening of the forces of Ravana. This is also an important concept. Very beautiful dimension by Rama. Somebody raised a question. Thank you, sir. Sorry,
Sure.
sorry.
Any other question? Anybody want to raise it? Because Hanumanta Raoji, in fact, makes a very strategic move in terms of accepting. That's what he mentioned. Rama made a strategic move to accept Vibhishana, a brother of Ravana, and I think it really proved to be very successful during the war. So I think maybe we take it that way also. It was something from that. I think it's a wonderful question you really asked it. Any other question you might or anybody will be having it, please do ask. You can directly write to the chat or else you can really ask. Yeah, seems to be, I think they seems to be so overwhelmed. So yeah, Masood Bhai, you are, namaskaram. Would you be asking question?
Yes.
Sure, sure. Voice is not clear, sir. Masood Bhai was our president earlier.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Ratanji and Shri Hanmantrao ji. That at the outset, I would like to congratulate for the great initiative what you have taken. I am Professor Masood Ahmed, former president of AIMS. I am colleague with Ratanji. Sir, that I have been hearing and I could do some little bit work on one of the workshop called Management Lessons from Mythology. That is the Hinduism, Christianity and Islam. So this is my area. I agree with you, Sarji Hanmantrao-ji, the level of knowledge, insight and wisdom what you have. I don't think that any of the participants and person like me may be matching to you. But the only thing is the other side of Ravana. If we go for the profile of Ravana, it is there in the scripture that the Ravana basically he is a Brahmin and the Bhakt of Lord Shiva and equipped with something like Atmaling and Jyotiling. And there is an incident happened when he was about to die, when Lord Rama told Lakshmana that no, Ravan had a great knowledge and wisdom and go and learn something. It's a little bit lengthy story, cutting short. When the Lord Rama told that go and learn, and then there was no interaction with Lakshmana, but when Lord Rama went there and told Lankeshwar, you have got the great knowledge and wisdom, kindly share it, because when you die, it will be the loss for humanity. And then Raman started communicating with the Lord Rama. There are three things he told to Lord Rama. I am cutting short because if you put it on the Google, there is a something learning for Lord Rama from Ravan. And 3 points are that first thing is don't underestimate the opponent and competitor. And I underestimated you and Lakshmana and Hanuman Sena. And second point is don't disclose your secrets with anybody, including your brother. What happened with the Vibhushan? And the third very important management lesson he told to Lord Rama that all the good things in our day-to-day life are not attractive, and whatever we see bad thing, they are attractive. Then he told that when I saw Sita, then I got attracted. But whereas you're the Maryada Purushottam, you're the role model for the mankind, but you are not attractive. This learning is there. It is there available on the Google net also. I require your insights, sir. Hanmantrao ji, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
with
you.
all the respect suit and to the entire audience, this incident is quite popular.
Yes.
But this incident and the things which were you narrated is popular. I know that. But please be confident when I am saying it is not part of Valmiki Ramayanam, which is the
Okay,
original
sir.
of the Ramayana. It is not part of Valmiki Ramayana. In Valmiki Ramayana, Rama sends an arrow which pierces in his heart and Ravana falls down. The matter over there.
Okay.
These further things are not there. It is not part of Rama. Valmiki Ramayanam, which is the original of the Rama. Even if Ravana is a daily Shiva Puja and doing all that puja, it has no meaning if it is character is very loose character. Let us conclude saying Ravana may be great Shiva Bhakta, but if the character is loose and goes to that an extent of kidnapping, then his Shiva Puja or his whatever we want to say has no meaning, it doesn't gain any respect towards Ravana. This much is to be carefully understood. Means
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
that
Great
should be
learning.
approached against us. Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Clarity for your clarity, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Hanuman Raoji. You mentioned character that builds a man. I think if there is no character, howsoever scholastic one person may be a great, he may be, but then he has no meaning at all. And that's what you really proved the point. And I think it's a wonderful rally. And surely, I think now we are coming to an end of this session. You mentioned, in fact, very important concepts of management, starting from what we refers to the three different kingdoms, which were Ayodhya, Kiskinda, and Lanka, and the rulers of these kingdoms, and what was the type of the characteristics or attributes these kingdoms and the rulers had it. I think it was a very wonderful comparison you really made in this case. In fact, this has not been looked at from that point of view in one go of comparing these three kingdoms in that manner. You also mentioned that leader is the one who really command respects, and that is what Ram was really commanding respect. This was a wonderful thing. Once again, we are all feeling that way, that we should try to get into that part. Then you mentioned about the decision-making process which was there, right from the Dasharatha onwards to the Ram, which is what the way decisions have been taken in the whole. This was in a way in a family, which was their consultative process of taking a decision, right? When maybe it was having a child, or else the children which we are having, or else making or announcing that Ram should be the king. And later on, of course, it was a personal decision, which shows the biasness on the part of the Dasharatha, that he sent, in fact, Rama to exile. So, in another, you mentioned in a very interesting fashion. You mentioned, which we don't touch most of the time, the role of Vashishta and Vishwamitra as teachers. In fact, teachers play a very important role in mentoring students. So Vishwamitra, when the Rama and Lakshman, they were there with Vishwamitra after having their studies done at Vashishta, went to and then up to the Janak and Janakpur, etc. Now, those things, I think they're mentoring by a very competent teacher is a very important part in the role they have played. Is a wonderful, in fact. So a leader may be great, but mentoring process is still required for any leader to be there. Then you also mentioned about the integrity of a person, and that's what, in fact, you proved that integrity is very important. You can be any great man, but integrity really makes a different thing altogether. And the role played by Hanuman and Jamavant. Hanuman itself is a very, and you mentioned the word strategic relationship or whatever those, but I think that is what it is. But the interesting part is that all Jamavant, Hanuman, Sugriv, and many others, in fact, Angad for that matter, they were great themselves. But how to lead the team of great people? And that is what another quality a leader should have, a management should have it, which you really highlighted from that point of view. And you mentioned about the SWOT analysis. I think it's a wonderful, sir. You brought out, in fact, things from Ramayana, and they are very useful from the point of view of the students of management, students of business, because they are very important. And lastly, I would mention one thing which I discussed with you, the role, a leader, the approach he should have it. And that is where I will take a minute, in fact, as on a personal note, just to add it. When it was decided that we have to attack Lanka, and there was a bridges to be built, and this was a task to be given. And task was that somebody has to build the bridge, and therefore the whole army was being really there to really build it. Then, since it was the ocean, and therefore it's a very interesting, though I know Valmiki Ramayana, the original, but Ramcharit Manas, Tulsidas also said something, which is what I was mentioning it yesterday. And there was a confusion. Should you try to suck the water, or should we try to have something with it attack? Then there was the Ram said it, no, no, we will try to request to begin with. And that's what he did it, and he continued. And that's what a beautiful chopai, this is in Hindi. Vinay na manat jalad jal, jad gaye teen din beet, bole Ram sakop tab, bhai bin hoy na preet. I mean, it only shows that when a leader wants a task to be completed, you start with a very approach which is very counseling, requesting, and in case it does not work out, then what you do is you try really to show anger. And that is a beautiful part which came out from the how really tasks is to be conducted by leader. So these are some of the things which, in case we get into the more in depth of Ramayana, I think that is a wonderful thing which happens. You mentioned, sir, and I agree, it is unparalleled, uncomparable, in fact, where we try to dig deeper into this, and there are a lot many things really come out. So wonderful, sir. Thank you very much for this very enlightening session that you really gave it to us. And now we are thankful to particularly Panigrahi Sahib. In fact, he really helped us really to get you. And I'm sure, as you mentioned, we should be doing a lot of work or research or study. In fact, in the what we say, the discussion which we had from the Ram and Bharat, all those administrative parts, which is what I think is a wonderful thing. In fact, we never looked at. In fact, I never looked at from that point of view how the discussion was there. It was something which probably we need to have a relook, reimagine, rethink, and revisit, in fact, and try to really digest what really has happened. So Panigrahi Sahib, in fact, is a great. You really helped us out. And Sujata, you are present. We are thankful to you. Sujata, why don't you show your face? You are here. Your video can be on, so we can see Sujata is here. So Sujata is present, the president of AIMS, in fact, and also she has really helped us to organize with her institute called Bharavan Center for Communication and Management. We are thankful to the audience. In fact, Masood Bhai is there. He was a former president, and he raised an interesting question, which was there because many times we Google it up, but then I think these are all opinions, not necessarily very authentic ones sometimes. So I think that's what happens. I'm also thankful to other colleagues, those who are present, all deans and directors, because without the audience, this could not have been successful. The very fact there are so many in large number came out and they try really to be a part of it is really great. So nice of you indeed. I'm thankful also to Venkatesharlu. He helped us to organize along with his team, Mr. Sunil Joshi, Rohini, and everybody, those who are involved in the AIMS office. We are really grateful for that. I think this has gone off without any hitch. Something wonderful. So nice of you. Venkatesharlu sir, I think it's a great thing. So nice of you, sir. So we call it a day, if you permit. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for that. So nice of you. Wonderful.